Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, that's who we love and that's who we serve. Welcome to the Univision FM universe. Today is, what is today? Tuesday. Oh, what is it? January 24th? Oh my gosh, I have a dental appointment today.
Oof.
We dare every day of the week and twice on Sundays. And if I could just get the stupid alarm to go off. Anyway, we do every day of the week and twice on Sundays. Welcome to Intervision FM Universe, folks. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Getter, Truth Social, MeWe, and 5 other different platforms I can't think of right now. We want to thank Amanda Barr from Canada. She came on the show back, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Special Olympics, blind bowling, some of the and that kind of thing. So you're not going to want to miss today's show. I've had too much coffee.
Hi everybody, this is the Godfather Soul James Brown. I tell you, this place is on. My man is on. Check him out. This is the Godfather Soul James Brown saying stay with it and hit it. Well, okay, thank you very much.
Wonderful words of wisdom back from the dead. Got James Brown on there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we got Greta. Hi, Greta.
Where's Greta?
Out. Did she get arrested or something a while back?
Yeah, she was protesting in Germany about, what was it, like a greenhouse or something. And then they had to physically remove her. And I don't think she weighs that much. I think she's a vegetarian, so she's probably like maybe 105 pounds. So that wasn't too difficult.
I'm a vegetarian, Johnny. How do I do that?
What?
Become a vegetarian. I want to become a vegetarian. How do you do that?
Oh, well,
just stop eating meat.
Well, yeah, no, but there's different type of vegetarian. There's junk food vegetarians, which I was for many years. And right. my sister-in-law says, Johnny, if you eat veggies all the time, why are you so fat? And then I said, I have to think about that. Because I used to be a strudel eating, apple pie pillaging, what's those fake burger eating vegetarian. And then then I switched, and now the weight is just falling off like nobody's business. So there's the junk, but it was I sometimes I miss those cherry pies. Well, from the grocery store, I make my own now because now I know exactly what's in it.
Okay, right.
Yeah, because you don't know what they're putting in the stuff, and
you don't.
So it's always better to make your own, so you know exactly what's going in it. And I love cooking.
It'd be healthier.
I love cooking, but my wife, she says I'm too messy.
Well, when you're blind and you cook stuff, it's gonna be a little messy. I mean, there's just no.
Oh, but very relaxing. Very relaxing.
It is. There's nothing better than home cooking your own meal. Processed foods are, kind of people are starting to look at that and get away from those.
Yeah, because you don't know what's in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And they're pushing back. They're saying, hey, our fake meat is just as good.
Isn't it like plant-based or something?
They say it is, but they put so much salt, and then they put some other chemicals in it to make it, taste close to meat. And then that's where we're going to run into problems when they put in this other stuff.
Yeah. So the more complex the mind, the more simple the need for play. And that's with any game, and that's with any demographic of society. Some folks like Amanda have started YouTube channels that promote audio games.
Yes.
We're not going to so much touch on that today, but there are some other stuff that the blind do and other disabilities, folks with other disabilities do to entertain themselves. And there are specialized Olympics designed around that kind of thing. Skiing, bowling, gosh,
Skiing, bowling, golf.
they got a judo tournament. They got all kinds of crazy stuff. So
all kinds of stuff.
it's really cool.
And I like to remind people, hey, subscribe, add your questions down here, because sometimes especially if you do it through LinkedIn, I think Facebook, I hear it. YouTube, I won't hear it. Oh, the Sabic, he was here yesterday, so he's joined the meeting. So if you have any questions too, you can join our meeting if you've seen our link. If you want to get our link, info@innovationfm.com, info@innovationfm.com, because we learned that we just don't send out the password at random, because we have these trolls that try to come to our meeting, and we want to know who you are. Because we've had some crazy stuff happening when we just gave the password to just everybody and anybody. So we
never feed the trolls.
Yeah, we're a little bit more careful now. So info@innovationfm.com, so we can send you the password and we know exactly who you are.
Right.
You can also sign up for the newsletter at the Intervision Records intervisionrecords.org, all one word. That's IERV records.org. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about our sponsors. We'll get into this show. Eeny Meeny Grant.
Yes.
This is one of the newest ones that came on board. Among others are the Denver Arts and Venue. These folks really help out with promotion of grassroots musicians. And since we promote physically challenged grassroots musicians, that's one of the folks that is helping us out.
I applied for that one in August, and then the Eeny Meeny one, I did that on May 13th of last year, and it took until January 6th for us to get that one. So it doesn't come in overnight.
Yeah, sometimes it does take a little while. I mean, you can apply for a grant, and sometimes the turnaround time is 90 days. Sometimes it is indeed 6 months or even more. But it is interesting. It's an interesting time that we live in as blind folks. The tools and techniques used for blind podcasters can also be studied through a school that you've started, Johnny. And so we'd like to get sponsors with that as well. You can find all the information on the Intervision FM main site, as well as intervisionrecords.org, and we can help.
Oh yeah, definitely. So we have a very special guest today, and we're gonna talk about a special event. And so we'd like to welcome you to the show, Amanda.
Hello.
And tell us, so what happened? Did they get in touch with you, or did you get in touch with them?
They pretty much got in touch with me because one of my best friends actually was starting the same year in 2007 when I started. And we were in the same bowling alley. And so her mom mentioned it, and I was in that bowling league up until 2012.
Oh, okay. So for quite a bit. And so you were okay, for people who can see, they're saying like, well, if you're blind, how can you bowl? So give us the tactile description of how does a blind person bowl?
Well, what I used to do was there'd be like coaches, like they're watching and helping other people out. And it was pretty much like people who were in wheelchairs and still wanted to bowl, and people with Down syndrome, like they could still bowl and all that stuff. So what they used to do with me was they would have somebody go up sort of as a coach, and stand like direct me in the right direction.
Stand kind of
And
line and to the side so that you could throw the bowling ball
yeah,
down the
yeah,
line.
yeah. They would stand off to the side. They'd pretty much direct my body in the right direction.
Yeah.
And then sort of move to the side, hand me the ball, and I would throw it.
You know, it's interesting because a lot of bowlers, whether they're blind or not, they will take a few steps as they get onto the lane, get momentum going, and then just huck that ball straight on down.
Yeah,
Often,
yeah.
you know, what'll happen is, like you say, there's a spotter that will go ahead and help you to kind of coach you as to the right direction to throw the ball. Did they use bumpers in the Olympics, Special Olympics, or was it just?
No, because the majority of the people were sighted. I was the only visually impaired person
Oh,
on that bowling league. So,
wow, that is fascinating.
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell. Set that notifications bell to all so that this way you will know when we do our next live broadcast. YouTube is a little bit funny if you're watching us here on YouTube. So it is good to go ahead and monitor assiduously Intervision FM. And you'll know when we go live if you don't get a notification that way. So, we are with Amanda Barr, and we're talking a little bit about blind bowling. Let's take a look here. So, how many years did you do this?
I did it from 2007 right up until 2012, and then I went to the Mount Pearl League. And then I only was doing that for about a month. And then I pretty much stopped, and I haven't done it in 10 years.
Wow.
But so, probably a ton of trophies in those 5 years.
I got 11.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty much a ton right there.
So who were you competing against? Like was it like people from other states or?
No, it was pretty much all. It was in the same province where I live.
Right.
I didn't go outside the province. So it was pretty much in Newfoundland, and we just meet up in our bowling alley or the Mount Pearl bowling alley and compete that way.
Wow, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s, I was on a blind Olympic ski team. And it wasn't
I would love to do skiing.
Oh man, it's so much fun. And it wasn't so much like a Special Olympics team as opposed to, I mean, they did have individuals who were blind who were also amputees and things like this. But with the blind Olympic ski team, it was primarily the blindness was the
main
disability. Yeah. So it was really cool. I mean, just the hanging around with the folks, getting to know
other blind.
Yeah, exactly. So did you take gold in Special Olympics? Amanda?
I got gold, bronze, silver, personal, uh, personal gold, personal silver, and personal bronze. Team gold, team bronze, team silver, and some other like participation medals and stuff.
Yeah.
What would you
Now,
say the attitude that was most prevalent that got you there? Was it never quit, never yield, never give up, never give in, never surrender,
Yeah,
hmm.
pretty much.
Was it expensive? Is it an expensive sport to like not only practice but to go?
First, like every single year you would have to pay, but I think it was only like $7.
Wow. Okay, I could afford that.
So it wasn't too expensive. And we did 5-pin. We didn't do 10-pin.
You didn't do 10? Wow.
Because I think there's only like 2 alleys on the island that are 10-pin.
Oh, wow.
The rest are 5.
That is fascinating.
So
Yep.
so they didn't have you pay like the hotel cost or the food cost. That was all covered by donations.
That was all covered by the food and stuff was all covered. Like we'd never have to go to a hotel. Like we were you'd just like go home, sleep, and then come back the next morning and then compete again, kind of. Or when we did a tournament in 2009, we actually stayed in a school. So that was like the village for the athletes. So we would stay in there and then we'd go to the bowling alley and compete, go back there. So it was like eating and sleeping in the school, and then you'd go back to the bowling alley in the morning, kind of thing.
Yeah, let's Sabo. Did you have any questions as you're listening to this? And you can pop in the Sabo if you have any questions.
Well, good afternoon. Oh, let me say good evening from my side. Yeah, I do have a question for your guest.
Okay.
How did she get blind? If she doesn't mind.
No. I pretty much had 10% vision right up until I was about 6 years old. Lost the sight of my left eye completely. Then around the age of 7, I started to lose the sight of my right eye. By the time I was 8.5, it was like looking through a straw. I could only see the outline of you. The rest of you was just completely blurry. And then by the age of 9, the lights went completely out.
So was it like something you were born?
My retinas were detached, but they didn't finally completely give out until I was 9.
Yeah, the interesting thing now is technologically speaking, retinal detachment does not have to end in blindness, but even as
no, it can be fixed, but they didn't fix it in time.
Right. As far as 10 years ago, they couldn't even do anything like that. So,
no,
I mean, this is a fairly recent development. So there are a lot of us who are blind that are running around with a condition, could have alleviated had we been born, maybe later. But
there's some people that get that from birth and just, like one of my friends, he was pretty much born blind and nothing could be done.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And so so now do you see like any internal lights or like?
No, it's complete darkness.
Now see, with myself, my retina detached, but I see internal lights like white, green, and sometimes I wonder if the retina.
Now that being said, So I guess you could say, like, for me, at times, it can get so bright that I can actually, how do I explain this? Kind of see colors, but not physically see them, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Or sometimes it can actually change color, but it's really faint.
I tell you what, living in Colorado, man. Getting used to. Oh wait, this is a family show. We're not going to talk about it. But it is interesting because the blind. Typically, a lot of people think, "Well, what do you see?" And it's just, do you see blackness? And some blind people say, "Well, yeah, it's blackness."
Blackness, or like I said,
nothing.
that
Or
when you're not even touching your eyes, like it can actually change colors and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's weird stuff. Or in my case, I haven't been able to see anything. So it's not that I see blackness; I just don't see anything. So
now, man, you're lucky because at that age you didn't have any practical jokers. Because when I was losing my vision, people would look like shadows, and this one guy thought it was funny to come up and say and I'm thinking, and I was half asleep, and then I woke up, and it's almost like you're not sure where you are, but you hear like the monster, and you go back to the time where you say, "Is it real?"
Exactly.
And the guy was just joking, but but it really
that must have been like so. I don't know how to explain it. Like weird.
It's definitely weird and disconcerting.
I was just gonna say disconcerting, but
there's the people they'll come towards you. You're walking towards them or something, and you hear them, and you try to get out of their way, and you just kind of try to walk.
And but then you walk into them, it's like, oops, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Or I would get people when I was using my cane, like in the mall, walking, and I would get literally people stepping over my cane.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're like in a hurry.
And my sister, oh my God, my sister used to get so furious. Oh, holy cow.
Now I had somebody do that on the street, and they tripped themselves. And I'm kind of didn't you hear my cane tap tap tap? And it's like
exactly, or moving under you.
Yeah.
Oh
right?
yes. And fortunately, they're made sturdy enough where they don't snap.
Exactly.
But
there are times that they can actually almost bend in half.
Oh yeah,
I've had that happen.
They will do that. PayPal.me/Univision Denver is the way that you can help best with any sort of donations. We are a donation-funded internet radio outfit, and we help grassroots musicians to realize their dreams. And from time to time, we talk about political things on this show, and we sometimes take a break and have this kind of topic on. Don't forget, folks, man, like, share, subscribe, leave that comment. Let us know what topics you want. And also, folks, a new thing that has been launched just recently is requests to the station. It is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You are now able to have the power. And what that means is if you submit requests, we'll see that they are played. And yes,
go to the website and you can learn more about that, because it's sort of like a fundraiser too. And if you donate so much, you'll get like a T-shirt as well. Now we haven't figured out if you lived outside the country, because sometimes it costs. I know if you send it like way over to Europe, sometimes it costs $40 to ship it.
Just to ship.
Yeah,
I know the shipping costs are like insane.
Yeah, within the United States, I got the stamp that says, free matter, and I could just put that on there, and then it's only the cost of the package and the T-shirt. But
That would
if
be
your purse comes to the show,
Well-
we'll work something out. Yes.
right.
Yeah. So, and I think tomorrow we may be doing like a fundraising, telethon. No, we'll call it Zoomathon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we'll be showcasing some of our artists, and we just had somebody go to our website and buy like 6 songs from one of our artists just yesterday, and that was kind of
Oh,
cool.
wow.
That
That
kinda
was cool.
Yeah, so the artists are up there, and their music is up there, and you can support them and hear some good music too.
Oh,
at the
okay.
same time. Yeah, so
There's a lot of fun stuff that Intervision FM is doing in 2023 to make sure that grassroots musicians are promoted and to make sure that things of blindness related topics are also brought up and that kind of thing.
yes.
With about 4.5 minutes left in the show, what are some final thoughts that we want to cover before we wrap up?
Well, would you recommend the Special Olympics to other sports people out there? And
Yes.
yeah, tell us about that. Yeah.
Like for blind people, I think it's, I guess you could say, kind of important to get out there and try new things.
Yes.
And like have more experience with that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And I guess it builds up like a camaraderie, team activity, as well as
Yeah.
individual activities, and you get to meet
Yeah,
some
and it
some
can build
cool
up your
people.
confidence too and stuff.
And you get to meet cool people too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, highly suggest it. And I guess the website is like Special Olympics, specialolympics.org or something like that.
I guess it would be different for
Like different countries.
different
Canadians.
countries,
Right.
states and stuff. So for me, specialolympics.ca, I think.
Right.
So
So specialolympics.org in the United States, specialolympics.ca in Canada, and
Yep.
then specialolympics.io in other parts of the world.
or .com.
Yeah, or .com, obviously.
Mm.
Google is your best friend here in whatever
Right.
region of the world you might live in. So do check that out because it's awesome. I mean, you guys, there's nothing better than unity
No.
in the world, and that's what we're trying to promote is
Exactly.
unity, love, kindness, peace, all kinds of cool stuff like that. All that hippie stuff that actually turns out not to be so hippie stuff. It's just real stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. So wow. I mean, and are there like any pictures on? You have like a website, or is there any pictures of you with your
You
gold
can
medals?
find that on Facebook, on my Facebook account. There's a bunch of pictures of myself.
That's awesome.
on my Facebook
Hey,
page.
speaking of you, Amanda,
What?
Our benevolent overlords at YouTube, they're kind of sticky about like promoting folks and seeing how wonderful this is and that is and the other. But I guarantee you that if you were to go ahead and drop yourself your link to your particular gaming channel, people would find that to be very interesting. Where do they find your content?
They would find it at Sharkula.
Sharkula.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's just search for Sharkula or Sharkula on YouTube. Sharkula. And it should come up pretty quick. She's got a few videos of a few accessible games.
Over 100 of them.
Yeah. Wow, you're already up to 100 and some odd now?
Yeah, I think it's like 168, I think.
Wow. So because YouTube will not really dick fry when we try to promote folks, I would say if
I
you're
gotta-
of a mind, I would definitely go check it out. I'm not promoting
And
them.
definitely
YouTube.
subscribe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. Boom. Like, share, subscribe.
All right.
And this comes directly from the creator. Folks, we got a cool topic tomorrow. Don't forget to join us.
All right. And we'll see
Okay.
everybody tomorrow.
Alrighty. Thanks for having me.
Okay.
Thanks, Amanda.
No prob.